Hello booktube, welcome to my channel. This is actually my first ever YouTube video here. So yeah, please mind my awkwardness because I'm not that used to talking to cameras, but this is my May wrap-up video. I read seven books, and here are my thoughts about those books. The first three books that I've read is the last three books of the Narnia series. I read the Narnia series as not the chronological order, but its release date order. So this month I finished The Horse and His Boy and The Magician's Nephew and The Last Battle. Narnia series for me is just okay, maybe because I'm not its target reader. My overall rating to the Narnia series is 3 3 over 5 stars. I mean, that's the highest I can give it, but overall it's really entertaining, a short read. If you're gonna ask me if I'm gonna recommend it, think you're into middle grade fantasy, then feel free to check it out. But on my first read, that's what I'm going to rate it. 3 over 5 stars on the whole Narnia series. The next book is Beast and Beauty, and I rated it 3 over 5 stars. It's been all over my For You page, and it's a compilation of short folk story, and it's basically not darker than Grimm's fairy tale, but a little different from the Grimm's fairy tale, and some stories stand out and some stories I didn't really care for. So overall, I would rate it 3 over 5 stars. Now, if you're a fan of folks and if you're a fan of fairy tales, especially Disney fairy tales, I would recommend this book. But for me, it's 3 over 5 stars. The fifth book that I read this May is Anne of Green Gables. And this time, it is a graphic novel. I've read Anne of Green Gables 3 times already, and this book, if you've been reading a lot of sad books, I really recommend this because it's so wholesome, and the illustrations are so beautiful, so definitely recommend it. Although it feels like an abridged version of Anne of Green Gables, but totally recommend. I rated it 5 out of 5 stars. The last two books that I read this month is by the same author. It's also classic books, and that is Pride and Prejudice and Persuasion. Now, I've read Pride and Prejudice 2 years ago when I've only started to get back into reading, and this copy is gifted to me by my friend on TikTok, and I decided to annotate it, so eventually I reread it. And this is so good. I didn't remember it to be this good. I mean, look at my tabs. I really enjoyed this one, the drama, all of it. So 5 out of 5 stars. Also, this is my first Jane Austen book that I read. And the next one, the last book that I've read this May is Persuasion, also from Jane Austen. And now I own like 4 copies of Jane Austen books. And this one is so short. So I've only read it for two days. But I rated it 4 out of 5 stars, even though I said it is one of my favorite, but there's not a lot of things that are happening in this book, and I think the part where I rated it 4 stars is when it's only 2 or 3 chapters left, because that's when things started to get interesting. But overall, it's 4 out of 5 stars. If you've make it this far, thank you. Thank you so much for watching this video. And since I'm new here on BookTube, please suggest some BookTube content and subscribe if you only want to. And bye.